Hello everyone, this is Group 1 and I'll be walking you through the group introduction. Firstly, we have Jeffrey and Sushant from Multimedia University in Malaysia. Nextly, we have Umam and Inaya from Universitas Muhammadiyah Kudus, Jawa Tengah. Last but not the least, we have Jinti and myself Lokes from Temasek Polytechnic.
Hi everyone. First off is a bit of insight about our topic, which is gender differences. Gender equality or gender differences is not only a fundamental human right. Indeed, it is also a means of achieving faster economic growth and lower the poverty rates. In these slides, we will discuss the problems faced by people with different genders and what the government has done to overcome this issue, as well as other alternatives that can be done to curb this issue. We have done our research in 3 countries, namely Malaysia, Singapore, and Indonesia. Okay, moving on to the next slide, which is the challenges faced by Malaysia. So in my opinion, I think that the hardest problem that Malaysia is facing is the perception of the people. So what perception means is that you interpret something through your senses. For example, some people might think that women belong in the kitchen, or women needs to clean the house or take care of the kids. You see, these are the kind of perceptions that makes it difficult for us to overcome this issue. With all these being said, there is a need to improve understanding on gender diversity and related issues, as there are too many people who don't see this as a priority. Next, it is about the factors stopping women from achieving equality with men. Through our research, we have concluded that there are 4 major factors in Malaysia, which are the politics, the government, the perception, and the employer. What does politics mean in this context? Some of you may be wondering. It simply means that there are too few women in positions of political power, whereas the government means that they are simply not promoting equality or they are not taking any proactive measures to educate people about this issue. The employer means that they are not willing to help women balance work and care responsibilities, whereas the perception is as said before, where some people think that women belong in the kitchen and not in the workplace. To support our research, a chart has been added below, which is by the IPSOS. The IPSOS is a French market research company. The chart states that 20% of Malaysians believe that the employer is at fault, whereas another 19% of Malaysians believe that the politics are at fault. 18% believes that the government is at fault, and last but not least, 17% of Malaysians believe that men and women are already equal in Malaysia.
Current solutions for the country of Malaysia, which is companies voluntarily provide greater data on gender pay gap through standardized pay gap reporting. Secondly, companies make voluntary commitments to equal pay and measure, then report their progress to equal pay. Thirdly, community confidence in such reporting will be higher if it is subject to the independent assurance or certification. Fourthly, government assists businesses build their capability to better analyze and report on the pay gap. Now, there are many further solutions that can be taken by the government of Malaysia. First, the government of Malaysia shall try to improve the company level data on the pay received by women and men doing essentially the same job for the same company. Secondly, the government of Malaysia should try to improve the understanding of gender diversity and related issues. Thirdly, they should try to address on perceptions that having children will have a negative impact on careers.
The reason is in Indonesia culture. Women are more directed to play a domestic role rather than a public role. For example, the prohibition of women from attending school because of the labeling wells, kitchen, mattress as place where women should be. This results in inequality and discrimination against women that often occurs, so that their access and rules in various sectors are hampered. At that time, there was no government policy that specifically addressed issues issues of gender equality.
The current solution of Indonesia as a concrete step for the government in implementing accelerate and equitable development in various regions in Indonesia. The issue of the main influence of gender is contained in the vision of national development through the elimination of gender discrimination. The 2015 and 2019 National Medium-Term Development Plan includes development targets for a gender perspective, namely improving the quality of life of women, increasing the role of women in various fields of life, integrating gender perspective at all stages of development, and strengthening gender mainstreaming institutions, both at the central and regional levels until now. The further solution in Indonesia. Measures have been taken to implement the government zero-tolerance policy for gender-based violence. These include the Law of Domestic Violence in 24, the Victim Protection Law in 26, the Law on Anti-Trafficking in 27, and the Law on the Protection of Women and Anti-Gender Based Violence in 29. Recently, UNDP Indonesia worked with government to prevent gender-based violence or violence against women through piloting the development of local GBV action plan and integrated service for GBV survivors. One of the gender difference challenge faced by Singapore or Singaporeans is the stereotype where women have to prioritize being caregivers for their family. Patriarchal values and the traditional mindset about gender roles are still entrenched in Singapore society. So, for example, wives are primarily responsible for matters at home, while husbands play a supporting role, as mainly they are the sole breadwinners of the family. In the upcoming slides, we'll be talking about how we can defeat this stereotype and create an equal environment for both men and women at home.
For current solutions, sessions have been held by public and private sectors and gender inequality advocates to identify and tackle issues concerning women in Singapore. Following up on these sessions, there will be a white paper titled Conversations on Women Development that will be issued by the government by November. This white paper consolidates feedback and recommendations from the aforementioned sessions and will serve as an authoritative report or guide to inform its readers about issues concerning women, which will help them make decisions to solve their issues.
The further solution that we suggest for the challenge faced by Singapore or Singaporeans is that men must help out at home too. It is very important for men to feel the responsibility to do the house chores or caregiving to their children. This is one way in which the stereotype where while men go to work, women take care of the family can be defeated. It will also make a new normal where both men and women are equal in terms of caregiving roles or doing house chores. By seeing their parents, the following generations will take them as a role model and provide equal caregiving with their spouses in the future. Furthermore, with the caregiving commitments lessened and equally split between men and women can also focus on their career and not hold back on their dreams due to family commitments.